Been like kind of, you don't have the A team in front of you all this year. What's it been like kind of stepping into those shoes?
It's all about growth. I mean, that's what we're doing this whole spring. We're worrying about growth and growing as a D-line, growing as a young group, because we're a pretty young group, coming in and just picking off from where those guys left off.
You feel like the defensive end meeting room is just as competitive right now as it was last year, just because you have guys wanting to compete for the starting round?
We have no starters right now, so everybody's competing to get to that point in August. Like I said, we have no starters right now. Everybody's competing.
The personalities from those guys were so big, and in addition to how they actually played, how does that vacancy get filled?
Just basically, I mean, we recruit great guys in here. I mean, you have no selfish guys. You have a lot of selfless guys that come in and ready to work and be a team player and do their job to the best that they can. Travis
said that he's not hearing as much smack talk on the field without Christian and Clee here. Do you have to pick up your game on that end a little bit?
I think we do a little bit. I mean, those guys talk a lot of trash. I don't really say much, but I mean, I guess we can pick up a little bit once we get more confident as a group.
If you could go back and pick out one play or two plays from last season that you would tell everybody, look out, this is what's in store for next year, which ones would they be?
Pretty sure, of course, Syracuse. What else? I guess, like, my first big play, I would say, was, I'm gonna say my first big. Well, the first big play was Georgia Tech on kickoff. I would say that.
How many times have you seen that, or has somebody talked to you about or shown you the highlight of that hit on Eric Dungy?
Oh, a lot. I've seen that a lot from different people, especially people I'm close with that I can joke around about.
What have you seen from the new guys plugging in the middle between you guys there?
A lot of growth. I mean, they're very talented, and it's all about knowledge. Just like when I came in, you always come in with talent, and you got them guys are really explosive and they're really strong, and just work on technique, just like we all are. Just like I said, we're working on growth this spring.
Where do you feel like in particular you need to grow this spring the most?
Just knowledge of the game, knowing what I'm doing, and being able to play faster, and a lot of play recognition in the backfield, and mostly my technique.
Does going from 20 snaps a game to 40 snaps a game or whatever it might be, does that impact how you have to handle your off season?
Yeah, it definitely does. You have to eat right, put the right fluids in your body to be able to prepare to play those amount of snaps. Like practice is a lot different for me now because last year, I mean, I really just watched a lot and got a few reps, but this year I'm getting a lot more reps. So I got to prepare my body differently, which is a challenge for me.
How would you assess the offensive line this spring, and how far do you think Jackson Carman's come along?
Well, Jackson, he's came along a lot. I mean, his technique's a lot better. I mean, he's just going to be a great offensive lineman here.
Cleveland worked long and hard on not just being a rush guy, but on stopping the run. You wanting to follow that same path and not be known just as a sack guy, but a complete player?
Yeah, that's mostly what I'm talking about with my technique. Working on stopping the run better and not just being known, like you said, as a rush guy. And that's mostly just learning the technique better and just growing, like I said.
Does that also come from recognition?
Yeah, a lot of play recognition.
What are you weighing right now?
Wayne?
What are you weighing?
Weighing?
Yeah.
Oh, 262.
Is that where do you finish the season around?
260.
Okay.
I'm really maintaining right now.
You're maintaining? Okay.
Out of all the new guys this year, who stood out to you?
I would say Tyler Davis at the most. I mean, he's come in. You got Niles and Jordan down. He's came in. He's been wreaking havoc. He's a great guy.
Behind Tyler, who we've heard Tyler's name a million times. Is there anyone who can hold a candle to him at this point, or is he just that far ahead?
What do you mean by that?
Like, is there a close second behind Tyler Davis?
I would say young guys. Defensive line?
Yeah, specifically those guys.
Rook and E.T. I mean, those great talented guys, and they're reaching. A lot of them are just really talented and just learning the game itself, which is pretty hard to do coming in this type of defense. But I mean, everybody's growing. So.
What is it about Tyler that makes him so good?
Just the intensity he brings every day. I mean, plays like he's kind of you would think he's a veteran because when he came in, a freshman doesn't really know what to do that much. He came in, he put his head down, and he just grinded, and he's been studying this playbook a lot.
John Simpson was telling me he's one of the smartest guys. He knows the playbook. Is that your kind of?
Yeah, he came in early to learn the playbook, and it was very impressive because that playbook is not easy to learn.
Xavier, tell us a little bit about your spring break. Tell us a little bit about your spring break.
Oh, my spring break was great. Pretty sure y'all saw it on social media, I guess. With my girlfriend, I went to Bahamas. It was a good spring break.
feel like everybody had pretty good focus today at practice?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we always worry about. Worry about it now. Put the spring break behind us. I mean, we got a spring game next Saturday, so we all just put our head down and grind.
Do you feel a level of like, our group has to live up to what the last group was, and the last group lived up to what the previous group was? Like, is there a legacy factor of playing on the D-line here?
I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, but we don't really worry about the press clips and all that, because some people are going to say good, some people are going to say bad. But, I mean, we really don't listen to any of that. We just learn our jobs and do our jobs to the best of our ability. But it's definitely something, a legacy that's left here about the D-line that's been here.
As far as the leadership goes, do you feel like you said you're not really that much of a vocal guy, but do you feel like you've kind of taken on a bigger role in that regard?
Yeah, I'm picking up a bigger role day in, day out. I mean, every practice, every workout we do, just constantly building every day.
Does that come natural to you, or is that something you kind of a little bit more out of your comfort zone?
A little bit more out of my comfort zone, because I'm really not much of a vocal guy, like I said, but it's coming along.
Going back to that hit on Dungy, baseball players say that when they hit a home run, they don't even feel the bat vibrate. Mm-hmm. When you have a hit like that, do you feel it? Does it just seem like it just happens? Can you kind of walk us through that?
Kind of didn't seem real. I mean, that's something as you dream about as a recruit, because you're right in front of the student section. I mean, game is on the line. It's a big hit. Like, I would say, it didn't really feel real until after I watched it on tape, and after I felt all the emotions come out.
It's almost one of those things I almost think of like a pop fly coming right at you, where you've got so much time to think about it. You got to worry about not overthinking it, because it seemed like you had just such a clear shot on him. Is that? Do you remember what was kind of going through your mind as you were approaching it? Were you like, "Wow, is this?" I
was just hoping he didn't throw the ball. It felt like it took forever to get to him.
Yeah.
It felt like it took a long time to get to him. So I was just hoping he didn't release the ball before I got there. But he didn't, and I got to him. So it was nice.
You said when like friends or family will text something to you jokingly, what kind of jokes do they make with that?
Just basically just hyping me up, trying to boost my head. That's about it.
Did Tunji say anything after the hit? I mean, did you hear the hair go out of him?
He commented on my Instagram picture after the season and said, just let me know next time when you come out free off the line. He was just joking about it. So,
Did you get a little bit of a rep, do you think, after that? Like, were more people kind of like, oh, all right?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, because after that game, I got a lot more playing time, so it was a lot more guys keeping an eye on me, I would say.
What's your ink situation here? What's your tats?
Oh, I got D's about last season. I mean, I got a lot. I got on my chest and my back, and I still have to finish up my inside of my arms. This is my daughter right here.
Oh, what's your
Zay. And this is Chucky with a football. Captain football. This is the only guy who can judge me, and this means blessed in Spanish, and this is XT.
Why Chucky with a football?
It was kind of just, I just wanted like a football representation of Clemson, and my tattoo artist came up with some different ideas, and I just like that the best.
You got to meet John Gruden then at some point. You used to be like, hey, look, I got you tattooed on my arm.
Yeah, no problem.